In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to remove something unsightly from a photo using the spot healing brush tool in Photoshop. So I have this cute, well, I think it's cute, photo of my pug in a costume, but as you can see, there's this ugly, ugly, ugly extension cord here, and it's really distracting from an otherwise precious photo. So I want to remove this. And so one of the options is to use the spot healing brush tool, which is this little band-aid looking thing over here. But before I do anything to this photo, I don't want to mess it up. So this is the original, so I'm going to want to duplicate this layer so I don't damage the original. And another reason I like to do that is to see the before and after and see what improvements I've made, or maybe I need to start over again because I've messed it up too much. But you can do that by pressing Control or Command and J, or you can right click on the layer and duplicate. So I've got it zoomed in a bit to fill up this area here. Sometimes it's good to do that especially if you're selecting parts of a photo, but for this one I want to be able to see the whole photo because I'm going to be changing parts of it, so I want to make sure that what I change makes sense. So now I'm going to click on the spot healing brush tool or J, and you can see the brush size right here. It's a little bit big, so I'm going to drop it down. I'm using the left bracket key to do that. I think that's what it's called. It's right next to the letter P on my keyboard. So I'm going to drop it down just a little bit more. So I'm going to just start clicking. And it can take a little while. As you can see, you just start going over the area. And it's kind of a contextual tool, so it kind of matches what's around it. Sometimes you have to go over it a couple times. But it's a really easy way if you want to get something out of a photo. I wouldn't recommend this for if you're doing something really professional. This may not be the best choice, but for this option it works out quite well. This is more for just hobby stuff. So I'm going to go down here, kind of same thing. Problem with this is you've got that shadow there, but we can kind of get rid of that shadow so it looks a little more natural. I'm going to increase the size with the right bracket key just to get this area right here. Okay, I'm going to undo that one. That's Control Alt Z. I'm going to bring down the brush size a little bit. Now real quick, let's take a look at the original. So I'm going to hide this copy I made. So there's the original, and that's what I've done so far. So you can see there's some unnatural looking spots here that we'll probably want to go over. And just experiment a little. It takes a little while to get used to using this tool, and you don't always get the results you want. So sometimes you have to play around with it a little and get a little bit creative. Oops, that gave her an extra foot, so I'm going to undo that. Again, it's pulling up on her foot here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bring down her costume a bit to kind of go over that area there. See, that's not going to work, so I'm just going to undo as far back as I can go. because you might not be able to do what you're wanting to do. I don't like how that turned out. So I'm going to shrink down the brush size a little bit more. See what I can get done around here. Same with up here. I'll just swoop down to see what this does. See, if we had altered the original, we might not have been able to fix when these issues came up. So, just do little spots there. And there we go. It's not perfect, but it's a whole lot better. And that's why it's important, I think, to keep that original so you can see the difference. So let's go back. So there it is with the cord. There it is without. So you can see that the focus is right here on where it should be. So I hope this tutorial helped. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Check out my blog, sallyu.com. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.